Before the Intergalactic Boombox, this is your host, Kyle Hebert, with some appearance updates.
Yeah, buddy. I'm going to be out there at the conventions, shaking hands.
I've got character prints from all my major anime and game titles. You can bring your Funko Pops, I'll sign those. And here's where you can catch me next. Indiana Comic-Con in Indianapolis, April 15th through 17th. Kamea-Con in Allen, Texas, little suburb of Dallas there, April 29th through May 1st. Animazement, Raleigh, North Carolina, May 27th through 29th. Anime Riverside in California, June 3rd through 5th. Anime Festival Orlando in Florida, June 23rd through 26th. And AVOX LA in Pasadena, California, July 2nd and 3rd. Tickets to these events and all appearance updates can be found on my website, KyleHebert.com. And now our feature presentation.
Attention all podcasts of the Solar Federation. We have assumed control. We have assumed control. We have assumed control.
The Intergalactic Boombox.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that, you make a lion go mad. So be wise and keep on. Bring the signs of my body. I'm on tonight, you know my hips don't lie. Starting to feel it right. All the attraction, the tension. Don't you see, baby, this is perfection. Oh, nuck.
Welcome to the geeky podcast most recommended by guys named Dave. It's the Intergalactic Boombox. I'm your host, Kyle Hebert. I'm a voice actor who lets voices out of his head and into your ears.
Hey, boss man.
Yes, Gits. What is up?
You excited for The Batman?
Oh, dude, does Elden Ring make gamers rage quit? It's getting great reviews and is just now hitting theaters as this podcast drops.
Yeah, it's a great time to be a Bat fan.
Yeah.
But I do have one little teeny tiny observation.
Shiggles, this better not be a spoiler.
Oh, no, mate, no worries.
All right, well, it better not be any complaints about the runtime.
I strongly suggest you download the Run P app. Totes legit.
Actually, that's a good idea, Gits. 3 hours and all, you gotta pee sometime. Okay, look, I don't want to hear about Robert Pattinson sparkling.
Well, it's not something you see, it's something you hear in the trailers.
Here?
Yeah, you know that ominous new Batman theme song?
Yeah, Michael Giacchino, great composer.
Shiggles, care to kick us off?
Okay, I've been practicing.
Uh-oh.
Do, 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 do.
Aw, man. Kids, Shiggles, you guys ruined it. Come on. Now I'm going to lose all 3 listeners.
I'm Drew Grime from the Drew Grime True Crime Podcast. And each week here on the IBB, we'd like to celebrate those who stream Satoshis or Sats, micropayments within a Podcasting 2.0 app from newpodcastapps.com. Become an honorary Satcat by hitting the button on your Podcasting 2.0 app and send a custom message, such as,
Dave Jones, great nostalgia episode. He's talking about last week. He says, loved every minute. Row of alien ducks. Run! He sent 2,222 sats using Cast-O-Matic. See? Row of ducks. Dreb Scott also says, another great episode. Here's a row of ducks for you.
Boost.
Thank you, Dreb. Stem R42 says, haha, listening to the 80s tech breakdown with my 12-year-old. She says she knows all these things from watching the Goldbergs. Maybe the History Channel should pick up the show? Thank you, Stem, for the 4,200 sats. This show is not on Patreon. We don't have a paid tier membership or any of that. I know you're saying, Kyle, I already have my favorite podcast app. It's like, yeah, but images, chapters, and the ability to support this very podcast as you listen to it. Setup is easy, especially if you grab the free Fountain app from newpodcastapps.com. Oscar Mary and his team have a very streamlined solution to get you all set up with your own podcast wallet in-app so you can start supporting Podcasting 2.0 enabled shows.
The question of the week.
What is your dream job? Icarus says sketch writer for SNL. Miss Apples wants to be an illustrator for children's picture books. Sack Attack wants to work at Disneyland. Ashton Fine says filmmaker. Bry wants to be a narrative designer for video games. Whole lot of people want to do voice acting, like Divine Nice, Clay Geller, Nick, Axel Brown, Zach Cipriano, Jadavian Jackson, Simcha, Fox in the Box, and Chris Hackney. Wait a minute, he already is a voice actor. You sneaky monkey, you. Dylan P. wants to be a content creator. Donhill44 says Texas governor. Okay. Cameron Nicod says Columbo. No Ledge says revolutionary rapper. Dylan Lauchin says author or comic book writer. Sarah says neurologist specializing in memory research or cardiologist. Jake Heiza wants to have his own animal rescue center. New Year Elora wants to be a pro wrestler. And lastly, Echo Instinct says paid for pooping.
New question.
Who is the best Batman? For me, I know Adam West will always have a special place in my heart as the first Batman I grew up with. And of course, Kevin Conroy. Iconic. Hello. I know that my answer is definitely not George Clooney. Who's your favorite Batman? Animated or live action? Let me know so I could read those answers next week at BoomboxPod on Twitter. How far would you go to cheat on an exam? Assuming you would cheat on an exam. One unnamed med student in India, according to an article on odditycentral.com, apparently had a surgically implanted Bluetooth device in his inner ear. After failing the exam multiple times over the years, he had one final chance to pass. Monitors suspected something was amiss, and the student, upon initial frisking, had a concealed cell phone, and it was discovered to be connected to a Bluetooth device. And apparently Bluetooth has been used to cheat on tests in the past there, where one student supposedly had one installed in his flip-flops. Now, after some interrogation, this guy admitted to having a skin-colored micro-receiver implant from an ear, nose, and throat surgeon. Doctors claim this is an easy enough operation to receive and remove. Ah, God.
Aha! I'm Drew Grime. From the Drew Grime True Crime
Podcast, yeah.
Which can be heard immediately following the intramural beatbox.
That's not even a real podcast, and that's not how podcasts work. And the name of the show is Intergalactic.
Don't make me use the spank ray, Herbert. There are numerous questions around this mystery.
Right.
Did the med student somehow scam the surgeon?
I'd assume he just wanted to listen to my podcast.
Is this story even real?
Why is Gamora?
Why, indeed. Could this implant have simply been a bone conduction hearing aid and no true crime was committed?
That's a good question.
These answers and more coming up on the Drew Grime...
All right, I've had just about enough of this. Back away. What a bunch of hooey. I'll conduct your bone.
That's what she said.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy here.
I just said that.
Look, that med student wasn't cheating. He was receiving transmissions directly from the alien globalist agenda.
Mystery solved. I'll see myself out.
You do that, Drew.
By the way, do you have any flaming hot Cheetos in the break room by chance?
Sorry, Judo Master cleaned me out.
I'll clean out your judo, mister.
That's what she said.
Why isn't anybody listening to me? Alien ducks are coming out of the woodworks.
Guys, we're on a spaceship. I don't have wood.
That's what she said.
Shut up.
Hey, what you scoping out, Brogu?
Oh, hey, Gits. I was just reading this Mental Floss article on the origins of famous video games.
I know. They were all invented on a computer.
You're not wrong, Shiggles. This is a little more specific, though. Like, do you guys know Mario's original name?
What does Marcellus Wallace look like?
A for effort there, Asmer. The movie and commercial jingle quoting Alien.
$5 foot long.
Anyway, Mario was first known as Jumpman before Donkey Kong arrived stateside. He was renamed Mario after the first Nintendo of America presidents Minoru Arakawa said Jumpman looked a lot like the landlord for their company warehouse.
I always thought he kind of looked like Magnum P.I., Tom Selleck. Yeah, no one can rock a stash like him.
Well, what about Final Fantasy?
Hironobu Sakaguchi, the creator, was all set to quit the gaming industry altogether if his latest project didn't do well, but the rest is history.
Righto, how about Mortal Kombat?
Get over here.
The original plan was to have Jean-Claude Van Damme star, but alas, it was not meant to be. However, the Johnny Cage character sure does seem like a big nod.
Ricola.
Way to stay on topic, Asmer. Street Fighter, the game that I voice Ryu in on consoles since Street Fighter 4. The answer lies in the heart of battle. Combo attacks were accidentally discovered during the development of Street Fighter 2. The dev team viewed it as a bug originally, and then an Easter egg upon release. But combos obviously became the driving force behind all fighting games.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, I can't remember combos to save my life, man. I am a random button-mashing master, though. You guys know Sonic the Hedgehog's first name?
Rupert? Vladimir Harkonnen.
I mean, original name. It was Mr. Needlemouse.
Why is Sonic blue?
I don't know, maybe he's depressed. Nah, it was about matching Sega's logo. Michael Jackson's bad album cover.
I thought his album covers were quite nice.
No, not that bad. The actual album bad. That inspired Sonic's character designer, Naoto Oshima, to use red and white shoes.
I'm a big kid now.
That's great, Asmer. Anyway, Legend of Zelda. She was named after author F. Scott Fitzgerald's wife. And of course, everyone knows that late comedian and gamer Robin Williams named his daughter after the game character.
The Circle of Life.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Shiggles. No, stop. Metroid's reveal of its main character Samus being female at the game's end, that was spawned from one of the programmers asking, wouldn't it be cool if... Yeah, and Sigourney Weaver's Ripley in Alien had also heavily inspired the team.
Girl power.
Tomb Raider's Lara Croft was originally pretty much an Indiana Jones ripoff.
I don't remember him wearing booty shorts.
Wow, I can't unsee. Anyway, they went back to the drawing board, making the main character female and from a different country altogether. Eidos, tomato, the UK studio behind Tomb Raider, thought making her British would be a nice, not-so-subtle Easter egg.
That's wicked, mate.
Come to think of it, Shiggles, you're an alien with a British accent.
Well, it makes me sound sophisticated.
In case you haven't heard, Futurama is returning to Hulu next year with 20 brand new episodes, and when word got out that negotiations stalled with Bender's voice actor John DiMaggio, he took to social media to announce that he was stepping away from the role, citing integrity for himself and believing that the whole cast deserved better pay. Social media outcry was swift, and many fans declared, I ain't gonna watch no Futurama, Bender's replaced by somebody else. Audition notices casting the role went out to voiceover people. A month ago, I know this because I'm a voiceover person and I saw the auditions. And there's this unwritten rule of honor among the VO community. Don't be a vulture. Don't swoop in and steal a resume padding role because you're desperate for fame or money. Besides, I knew seeing this role up for grabs was just a studio tactic that's been played before. That whole, you're all replaceable sentiment. Fast forward to the first week of March 2022, and John DiMaggio has announced he's closed a deal after all, and Bender's back, baby. Hollywood definitely reads social media posts, and perhaps that influenced the decision to loosen the purse strings a bit. But it is a happy ending to what would otherwise have been a huge middle finger to fans. Let's see what my AI assistant Bubba the Boombox bot has to say. Yo, Bubba!
Leaping Lizzie McGuire with gangrene elbows. What is it now?
Hey, great news, Bubba.
Look here, partner. I don't care if you save 20% on your car insurance.
John DiMaggio is going to return as Bender after all.
Bender? I don't even know her. But seriously, what do the New York Yankees have to say about this?
No, that's Joe DiMaggio.
Look at you pulling a fast one. I know he died in 1999.
Great Prince song. But anyway, the original voice actor from the cast of Futurama is not going to be replaced.
Blistering bunions on Billie Eilish. I was looking forward to voicing Bender. A robot actually played by a robot.
Look, Bubba, you were never in the running.
Fair enough. Joe DiMaggio's ruled baseball, he might as well rule cartoons.
Okay.
Guess I'll go back to hanging out with my BFF, Al.
Wait a minute. Al who?
Algorithm.
Oh, man.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Let me just give this a tug. Aw, look at the time. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the show. If you like what you heard, tell a friend. I chop up clips of each episode, and I post on my Twitter, @BoomboxPod, Instagram, @KyleAbear, and TikTok, KyleAbearVO. And I would sincerely appreciate it if you reshared. Really? It's the end of the show. Why is someone calling? Okay, wildcard line, you are on the air.
Look here, Kirk.
Kyle, is this Karen?
You expected the Spanish Inquisition?
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Like, arise, the Queen has arrived. Karen Complainer. Anywho, I want to speak to your manager. I paid for a 3-hour podcast, and you cannot sign off after 13 minutes, Mr. Man.
Someone got money. It wasn't me. The podcast is free, Karen.
Thanks, no thanks for the coupon code.
You're welcome.
At least let me read the words of wisdom before I write an email to corporate.
Oh, by all means.
This one's short and sweet, so remember it. If I agreed with you, we'd both be wrong. So there.
And I don't want to be right. Till next time, I am out of here.